Hello friends and welcome to the Amazing Things channel. Now before I start, my teammate who was narrating for the past few videos will not be narrating anymore as she has become busy with some commitments. Thus, I'll be a new facts buddy who will be sharing with you guys some interesting facts around the world. So for those who are watching this video, please subscribe to our channel so that we can continue making more amazing videos for our wonderful audience out there. Now let us begin. Today's topic will be about the Bermuda Triangle. The Bermuda Triangle, also known as the Devil's Triangle, is a loosely defined region in the western part of the North Atlantic Ocean, where a number of aircraft and ships are said to have disappeared under mysterious circumstances. Most reputable sources dismiss the idea that there is any mystery. In February 1964, Vincent Gardis wrote an article called The Deadly Bermuda Triangle in the pulp magazine Argosy, saying Flight 19 and other disappearances were part of a pattern of strange events in the region. The next year, Gardis expanded this article into a book, Invisible Horizons. Other writers elaborated on Gardis' ideas: John Wallace Spencer, Limbo of the Lost 1969, Charles Burks, The Bermuda Triangle 1974, Richard Wiener, The Devil's Triangle 1974, and many others, all keeping to some of the same supernatural elements outlined by Eckert. Now let's talk about the triangle area. The Gardis Argosy article delineated the boundaries of the triangle, giving its vertices as Miami, San Juan, Puerto Rico, and Bermuda. Subsequent writers did not necessarily follow this definition. Some writers gave different boundaries and vertices to the triangle, with a total area varying from 1.3 million to 3.9 million km square, 500,000 to 1.5 million square millimeters. Indeed, some of these writers even stretch it as far as the Irish coast. Consequently, determination of which accidents occur inside the triangle depends on which writer reported them. The earliest suggestion of unusual disappearances in the Bermuda area appeared in September 17, 1950, an article published in the Miami Herald by Edward Van Winkle Jones. 2 years later, Fate magazine published See Mystery at Our Back Door, a short article by George Sand covering the loss of several planes and ships, including the loss of Flight 19, a group of 5 US Navy Grumman TBM Avenger torpedo bombers on a training mission. Sand's article was the first to lay out the now familiar triangle area where the losses took place, as well as the first to suggest a supernatural element to the Flight 19 incident. Flight 19 alone would be covered again in April 1962. Issue of American Legion magazine. In it, author Alan W. Eckert wrote that the flight leader had been heard saying, "We are entering white water. Nothing seems right. We don't know where we are. The water is green, no white." He also wrote that officials at the Navy Board of Inquiry stated that planes flew off to Mars. The incident resulting in the single largest loss of life in the history of the US Navy not related to combat occurred when the Collier Cyclops, carrying a full load of manganese ore with one engine out of action, went missing without a trace with a crew of 309 sometime after March 4, 1918, after departing the island of Barbados. Although there is no strong evidence for any single theory, many independent theories exist, some blaming storm, some capsizing, and some suggesting that wartime enemy activity was to be blamed for the loss. In addition, 2 of Cyclops' sister ships, Proteus and Nereus, were subsequently lost in the North Atlantic during World War II. Both ships were transporting heavy loads of metallic ore similar to that which was loaded on Cyclops during her fatal voyage. In all 3 cases, structural failure due to overloading with much denser cargo than designed is considered the most likely cause of sinking. Of course, there are many more incidences which have occurred in the Bermuda Triangle. I'll be sharing with you guys some notable ones which have occurred in the Bermuda Triangle. The first notable incident is the Carol A. Deering. Schooner Carol A. Deering, as seen from Cape Lookout light vessel on January 29, 1921, 2 days before she was found deserted in North Carolina. A 5-masted schooner built in 1919, Carol A. Deering was found hard aground and abandoned at Diamond Shoals near Cape Hatteras, North Carolina, on January 31, 1921. Rumors and more at the time indicated Deering was a victim of piracy, possibly connected with the illegal rum running trade during Prohibition and possibly involving another ship. Her weight, which disappeared at roughly the same time. Just hours later, an unknown streamer sailed near the lightship along the track of the Deering and ignored all signals from the lightship. It is speculated that Hewitt may have been this mystery ship and possibly involved in Deering's crew disappearance. The second notable incident is Flight 19. Flight 19 was a training flight of 5 TBM Avenger torpedo bombers that disappeared on December 5, 1945 while over the Atlantic. The squadron's flight plan was scheduled to take them due east from Fort Lauderdale for 141 miles, north for 73 miles, and then back over the final 140-mile leg to complete the exercise. The flight never returned to base. The disappearance was attributed by Navy investigators to the navigational error leading to aircraft running out of fuel. One of the search and rescue aircraft deployed to look for them, a PBM Mariner with a 13-man crew, also disappeared. A tanker off the coast of Florida reported seeing an explosion and observing a widespread oil slick when fruitlessly searching for survivors. The weather was becoming stormy by the end of the incident. According to comparison sources, the Mariner had a history of explosions due to vapor leaks when heavily loaded with fuel, as it might have been potentially long search and rescue operation. The third incident is the Star Tiger and Star Ariel disappearance. GAHMP Star Tiger disappeared on January 30, 1948 on a flight from Algeciras to Bermuda. G. Star Ariel disappeared on January 7, 1949 on a flight from Bermuda to Kingston, Jamaica. Both were Avro Todo No. 4 passenger aircraft operated by British South American Airways. Both planes were operating at the very limits of their range, and the slightest error or fault in the equipment could keep them from reaching the small island. The last incident is the KC-135 Stratotankers. On August 28, 1963, a pair of US Air Force KC-135 Stratotanker aircraft collided and crashed in the Atlantic 300 miles west of Bermuda. Some writers say that while the two aircraft did collide, there were two distinct crash sites, separated over 160 miles of water. However, crucial research showed that the unclassified version of the Air Force investigation report revealed that the debris field defining the second crash site was examined by a search and rescue ship and found to be a mass of seaweed and driftwood tangled in an old buoy. Of course, there are many more stories and incidences which have occurred in the Bermuda Triangle. But if I start telling you guys all the stories and incidences, the video might end up being too long and you guys might start falling asleep. So it's better I end off the video right here. So thank you for watching this video, and once again, please subscribe to our channel so that you can enjoy more amazing videos like this. Thank you.